And I think being pale is cool.
Being pale is cool?
I think so. I think it back then, like
okay.
Sometime in the past, I think if you had pale skin, they'd be like, well, this guy doesn't have to go out into the fields at all.
No, it's considered evil.
Really?
You're an
imperialist.
imperialist.
Like the evil albinos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You go to Tanzania, and even now, people will fucking try to cut off your toes so they could heal their warts or whatever.
Cruel wizard.
I wonder, like, what about, like, in either the Middle Ages or even before that in ancient time, like in Rome, if you were white in an era where everyone's kind of like Arab, it would, I don't know, was that considered like being pale was good? I guess the kings were pale
because they didn't have to go outside and they didn't have sunscreen. Like, when was sunscreen invented?
It was invented in 1922.
Does anyone believe that?
I think that was when people learned to put zinc on their skin.
By the way, my reference for saying that kings are pale is based on how Joaquin Phoenix looked in Gladiator.
Yeah.
Welcome to Locker Room Talk, everybody.
Wow, we're at full power yet again.
Yes.
Full capacity.
How do you feel, Bobby, now that you...
yes, Bobby survived.
Yeah. I've been going through periods of being like,
he's a survivor.
I'm not gonna give up. I'm a survivor. Coughed
I
on
am
everyone.
a faggot.
Both work, dude.
Yeah.
We gotta have like a whole like montage. Like, someone's got to cut all the clips of us singing, which is not ripping off Come Town at all. It's not even a podcast anymore. So
well,
actually,
see, that's
how can you rip off something that doesn't exist anymore?
Exactly, dude.
That's the thing is, you
fair use now.
Oh, so
that's what fair use is.
You want to have a musical montage episode?
I think that would be, like when they phone it in, like when The Simpsons is like does a clip show or whatever. I think the happiest I've ever been is when I watched an episode of The Simpsons where they were like, that reminds me of this time, and then they looked into the camera.
That was a South Park episode.
Oh, South Park did that.
That was South Park.
Ah.
What was it?
Or it's like, you think that's bad, and then like they would always have the flashback, and they say, "No, that's what I would call a sticky situation." And
well,
then
they were doing.
Laugh.
Wasn't they doing that Parody Family Guy?
No, that was like before. It was they were just doing like a. First, they were making fun of like the flashback episodes that were.
But did they actually flash back?
Yes, they did flash back, but then they would get progressively like they would have false recollections of the flashback, so they would have new animation. They were like, "Wait, I don't remember that."
Yeah,
like the episode before they said that Cartman's mother was actually his father.
Yes,
they said Troy Aikman was Cartman's father, and he was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Wait a minute, that definitely wasn't what happened."
Yeah,
it was John Elway.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. John Elway is my father. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, South Park rules. And I watched the Book of Mormon, and now like a fucking little gay boy, I'm listening to those Book of Mormon songs, walking to and from work.
Oh,
just with a song in my heart, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. The song I Believe is very good.
Yes.
And Salt Lake City, where the girl sings about wanting to live in the paradise city of Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Those two songs I really like because they're like dumb and silly and making fun of a group that I don't belong to, which I enjoy. You know what I mean? But at the end, like, they both have hearts.
Right.
You know, like, I Believe is a guy like coming to terms with like the contradictions of faith, but like still remaining faithful.
Yeah.
And then Salt Lake City, the girl at the spoiler alert at the end of the play realizes that Salt Lake City isn't a real place; it's a state of mind.
Oh, come on.
It's true. Were you a religious man, Joseph?
Absolutely. I never fucking believed it. Well, I had to go to church, but I never believed in God.
Was your family religious?
Not particularly, but...
Because you said you had to go to church.
Well, my dad, I think when the marriage was falling apart between him and my mom, he was making us go to churches like this, like Hail Mary. It's like, well, maybe some belief in God. Hey, get out of here.
I imagine Joe's dad having like a high and tight and being very strict, almost like a Hank Hill type guy.
Yeah.
And then Joe just went in the totally opposite direction.
Damn, maybe. No, my dad was like in the military. Without revealing too much about my personal family.
Yeah.
U.S. military?
Israeli.
My dad's a veteran, not important where or...
Yeah.
My dad, who is a veteran and has lived in Argentina since 1946, is a good man. Are we just going to let Bombastus on the table? I feel like he's sort of
Matt's
inserted himself
nervous,
in this
dude. Look how fucking nervous Matt is.
I'm allergic.
And Bombastus feeds on that fear. Are you nervous?
No, but your cat did try to sexually assault me once.
Oh, he's fine.
On the Patreon episode, Petra was sexually assaulting me.
Hello. Hi, sweetie. It's okay. I know you.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah,
Tune
we were
into
on
the
Zoom.
Patreon and watch a dog assault me.
Dude, I enjoyed watching the episode of Locker Room Talk that I was not on.
Because you got to see a dog fight.
I got to see a dog fight. I've never seen a podcast dog fight before because, Michael Vick was deplatformed from all those places.
Right. He actually is back on. He's on like Fox Sports a lot.
Is
Really?
he really?
Yeah, he
It's
was.
so funny how some people are just fucking forgiven.
I mean, he. Well, it's weird. He like is enough to be on TV, but there's still like. When I was working security at a thrift store, and I remember mentioning because they would buy in jerseys. It was buy and sell.
Yeah.
They would buy in jerseys and not know whether the player was good or not. So they would. Oh, here we go. Here, Finney.
The whole gang's here.
Finney heard us talking about Michael Vick and was like, "I gotta join."
Yeah.
Look at this. See, Bubs is making
yeah.
friends with you now, Bobby.
Yeah, dude. No,
he likes that you've established dominance with him early to say like, no, I need to sit there.
Ooh.
But yeah.
Damn, I've negged your cat, dude.
There you go.
That's right. This is Bobby Sheehan's Red Pill Guide to Getting Pussy.
They
Well,
would
he likes
buy.
you now.
They would buy in jerseys and not know who the players were, so they'd like price a Tom Brady jersey the same price as someone who was like good for 1 year. And one time I came in and saw someone had brought in a Ray Rice jersey.
Uh-huh.
Ray Rice, who famously knocked out his wife in an elevator or
Nice.
a girlfriend.
And this wasn't
Yeah.
on the field. It was in an
No,
elevator.
It was in an elevator.
Do you think he just got confused about like where his talents were supposed to go?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think he's trying to like make out with guys on the field?
Wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. He took his aggression out in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Or the right place. We don't know what she was doing before that.
We really isn't that Bill Burr joke where it's like, do you think Rihanna was just like sitting there nicely before Chris
Yeah.
Brown beat the shit out of her?
Maybe.
The thing is with the Ray Rice video, the brutal part of it, he knocks her out. I mean, that's obviously a brutal part. But then the elevator door opens and he just has to pick up her lifeless body and drag her out.
That's
and when you're
wild.
seeing that, it's like...
And he doesn't look panicked either,
Yeah.
right?
No, he picked her up and said, 3rd floor, women's lingerie, and then dumped her out. And then he got back in the elevator.
Just making a cutesy little dad joke after committing a felony.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the elevator cam isn't that good, so you kind of... Maybe there's panic in his face, but
Right.
from just the body movement, he kind of seems like a guy going, oh, this again?
Right, yeah. Like, oh, I hate when this happens.
Yeah.
She gets knocked out so easily.
Yeah.
And it was a KO. It wasn't a TKO, right?
It wa-
Nobody called it.
She got
No,
knocked the F out.
Damn,
Yeah.
dude, that's wild. Can you imagine being like the next boyfriend for that woman? How like
they're-
just life on easy mode?
No,
Oh,
they stayed
absolutely.
together.
Oh Jesus!
They did
man.
like a dual press conference where they both...
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a duel battle.
they dueled.
To the death.
That was him knocking her out in the elevator. Was essentially him taking his
Yes.
glove off and like smacking her. So
Yeah.
what happened? What did she say?
They did some press conferences. They both kind of just talked about how, yes, we both had struggles. We're both trying to get better. I remember people talking about it at the time as like, what's wrong with her for saying, we both have done some wrong things.
Yeah.
And obviously
Well,
he hit you.
He probably told her not to say anything bad, and she listened to him.
Maybe.
Nice, dude.
I don't know
Well, I'm
if
glad they
they
were able to work it out, dude.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what
know if-
adults do, Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still
Grow up.
together, but
They are. They're married now, husband
Yeah.
and wife.
Are they really married?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're expecting
You
their
know-
they're expecting their first full-term child together.
Yeah.
What's so fucking funny?
well, I guess the first one was maybe dropped in the elevator.
Maybe.
Oh my God, maybe that's what the conversation was. She's like, I don't think I'm gonna have an abortion. He was like, I actually disagree.
Yeah.
Wow. He's pro
man.
beating your damn ass.
Yeah, he's like, you think you're taking the elevator? Well, we're taking the stairs.
Yeah.
Matthew.
But yeah,
so
so
there's
when
this
I
Ray Rice jersey at your old work.
yes,
Which you
and-
worked at a thrift store.
Yes,
As Mark Henley, may he rest in peace, once famously said, you were willing to take a bullet for handbags.
that was in the job description.
Yep.
They really said that?
No.
That's
I like
Mark's imagination of what
Yeah.
being a security guard at a thrift
Yeah.
store is like. It is like just to like I would go visit you at work every once in
Yeah.
a while, and just to see these mostly women and gay guys, and then just giant Matt with his arms crossed, be like, no one gets to these jerseys except through me.
Yeah. No, there were because there was just like crazy people, and it was in the East Village. There's just crazy people who come in
Uh-oh.
sometimes. But yeah, so I mentioned the Ray Rice jersey like to my boss. I was like, we probably shouldn't have this jersey on the shelf. And then she said, thanks for letting me know. And she said, I already know. Like, we'll never let a Michael Vick jersey in here. And this was, like, after he'd made his comeback.
Right.
This was before the dog attack. It was just because it was a black.
Yeah.
They were like, never gonna happen.
Yeah. But he played after he got out of jail for a few years and then was on Fox Sports. And I remember he got in some like trouble. I think it was when he was talking about Colin Kaepernick having the afro, and he said that he should present himself better.
That's funny.
Oh, that rules.
And of course,
Michael Vick said that?
huh?
Michael Vick said that?
Yeah.
Any old
That's
black
awesome.
man telling like young black men what to do, fucking watch out for them.
Yeah.
Him, Bill Cosby,
Yep.
my landlord.
But
you know.
I mean,
You,
immediate,
wait a minute.
like-
You have a black land. Tell me you don't really have a black land.
no, I don't think that happens.
Thank fucking Christ.
Yeah.
That should be against the law.
No, my landlord definitely does not celebrate Christmas.
Wait. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's typical. Does your JOO landlord like you?
I don't know if he would recognize me if he saw me.
I think my landlord thought I was Jewish, so I think he gave me a little slack.
That's real nice.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I
That's
said,
a good.
"Hey, thank you." I don't know.
You put on an accent for some reason.
I know nothing about that culture.
Yeah.
Monsters. Are you
remember. I was-
Jewish?
No.
I know.
No.
You're
A
not.
lot
I
of-
know you're not. I know your girlfriend is,
Mhm.
and I know you appropriate the culture. But I know eventually, one day you're gonna say yes. One day you're gonna say yes, Bobby.
I think it's. I think I'm just friend of the Jews.
I'm a friend of the Jews.
What if they're giving me money? Am I going to say no? Am I going to say no? I don't want your money. Go home, take it, put it in your pockets.
I hear it's a beautiful bar mitzvah. Of course, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna have a little nosh, hang out.
I never.
By
really
the
know
way,
if
it's hot in here.
Yeah, it is, I never know if I'm doing a Jewish accent or if that's just what white guys from Brooklyn sound like.
I think
too.
if you just
It's
if
one
you
and the
just-
same now. Everyone's
if you just complain a lot, people get it.
It's the content of what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, or if I think louder. It's Italian, Irish. It's like the same Brooklyn accent but louder.
Yeah.
They've never hit it in an attic. They don't know how
Yeah.
to lower their voice.
Yeah, I don't. We were talking before the podcast how I've been getting like autistic for empires. I've just been reading about a lot of empires throughout history. No Jewish empires.
this one
except
now.
for Hollywood.
Is it? I mean, Hollywood, America, or Israel?
I was joking about Israel.
Yeah,
but-
well, that's
man.
the thing
I
is-
think Hollywood, the Jewish Empire. Come
Yeah.
on, that's pretty.
isn't that just Zionism though, where it's like, hey, maybe we should try having our own place to live?
our own.
I know that's
Our
more a
own
nation
place,
state
but
thing.
that's our own. Yeah, exactly. Our own place to live isn't what an empire. There's no America's the closest thing to an empire now.
yeah.
But even that is not like an empire the way Rome or the British Empire.
Well, yeah, because
Spanish
Jews
Empire.
aren't like we got to start making other people be Jewish. So that kind of
not
keeps
all
them out of.
not all empires did that.
But not necessarily like like the Romans weren't necessarily like we have to make everyone Christian, but they were like we have to make everybody Roman.
Everyone.
Yeah, well, the Mongols did. The Mongols were kind of just pay us taxes.
No, Mongoloids are like just retarded people, Matt. Knock it off. Oh, they're an empire. Yeah, an empire of retards. Makes a lot of sense. Read a book, man.
We are taking over your land because we heard you have crayons.
the Mongoloid Empire. That's what we should call our fans. All Locker Room Talk listeners, we're the Mongoloid Empire.
Yeah, no
Wherever
more
there
towel
is
heads.
food to eat, we will conquer. I can't really do the retard accent.
Yeah, you can. You just
It's just
wanna-
how I
Yeah,
talk.
just talk normal.
I've just never bullied anyone. It doesn't feel natural.
Yeah.
Just say it.
I mean, I'm.
Yeah,
but that-
Well, I just did a Bobby Sheehan impression.
Bobby, you can do it. I believe in you.
7 years ago, we brought forth the body grenade. Thank you, baby, Bobby Sheehan. That was my impression of. That was my impression of Abraham Lincoln getting burgers dressed. Thank you very much. My name is Bobby Sheehan. Bobby Sheehan, call me. Oh, Bobby Sheehan.com. Thank you. Sheehan, thank you.
Now I hold the mic totally different when I'm.
No,
doing
that's
stand-up.
exactly how you hold the mic. Get out
No,
of
I
here.
hold the mic totally different.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's pretty good.
Yeah, if you do a lot of,
Yeah.
you gotta you gotta get an underbite going a little bit too. Try and just talk with an underbite. It'll probably come out like a retard voice.
Okay.
Try and make it a little deeper.
All right. So my name. Oh. Okay.
There you go.
My name is.
Do you ever, if you
Bobby.
want to do a retard voice, get an underbite going and just talk in a deep voice. My name is Joe Gorman.
Wait a minute.
I'm a Korean Japanese.
You can't. Come on. I'm sorry.
What
This
in the
shouldn't be
world?
happening.
No,
We're trying to have a nice time.
no. My wife Kelly said that I'm a gorgeous little boy. I'm a handsome man.
This is fucked up that he's doing
Oh my
this to you right now.
god! Get the hell out of my house.
Do you guys?
Yeah.
How long did you have to listen to your own? Well, you don't listen to your own sets.
Not really.
Matt
I
doesn't
have
even
before.
record. Matt doesn't record his set. He doesn't listen to his set.
That's
He
wild
doesn't-
to me.
I want to record like video to post, but no, I've recorded sets before. Anytime I get off stage, I think about all the things I could have done differently. I've never listened back when I was recording and noticed something that I didn't notice myself. If anything, I would listen back and be like, "Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought," and I'd rather not have that. I'd rather be more critical.
Yeah.
That is. Whenever I listen to a recording, it's never that wasn't as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
It's always, damn, I thought I did well.
Oh,
Something about the recording.
yeah.
You can't. Well, you don't see people's like facial expressions.
I don't know, man.
You don't see the women licking their lips and flicking their nipples.
Right.
You know, you just hear the sound of them kind of panting. But other than that, it's like,
Really? I think it looks great. Like I'll record a video and I'll be like, damn, another once in a lifetime experience, perfectly captured.
Yeah.
Mastery of craft on stage.
Yeah.
I got none of my shit
Me
backed
too.
up. If I lose all my audio, I'm like, eh.
Where do you have it stored?
But I never just on my phone. I know I'm a fucking idiot, dude. I don't know.
Wait, so like how you only have like stuff from like what, like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, every time I get a new phone, about half my shit goes away. But I
You
mean,
don't save it anywhere?
Well, it's not like it's gold anyway. You know what I mean?
But don't you want to have like some kind of record of it?
Yeah, I lost like the first year and a half of my stand up, but like it was almost nothing good.
I mean, yeah, you don't. I mean, you just kind of save it for personal reasons, you know.
No, I don't have I have some videos of stand up, but I don't have a lot of recordings.
I used to listen to my first for like the first 6 months when I was just like bombing. Not now where I'm a pro.
Yeah.
I would listen to my first recording, which has an applause break, which happened after I announced to the crowd that it was my first time doing stand up. And sometimes I was so deprived of dopamine that I would fucking listen to that. Isn't that the saddest thing you ever heard?
is Bobby Sheehan, and this is my first time doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Be nice.
You ever notice when you poop your pants and your mom says, "Bobby, what the fuck? You're 15 now. You cannot keep doing this. You're being a burden to me and your father.
Yep.
I wish I listened to my father. I wish I got that damn abortion.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yep.
That's just me and anyone else." Oh my god, that was incredible, Bobby. That was incredible.
This guy knows what I'm talking about.
You know how there's like little.
You two fucking.
Are you two playing in the sandbox? You know how those are like little kids that do comedy that's like clearly written by their adult
Yeah.
parents.
Can you name a couple?
Joe Gorman.
Joe,
Hey, come on.
you really gotta start being nicer to Joe.
What the hell?
He set this. Guy, like, can I break the fourth
I forgot
wall a
to hit
little bit?
record, but yeah, go for it, please.
This is Joe's apartment. Joe sets up the audio and the visual. And Matt and I, we show up, and we riff.
Yeah.
I do find...
I'm really proud of Joe because it's like, especially for someone who's mentally retarded, like that's a lot to be able to.
Hey,
pull
man,
off.
don't say... Man, this is like a retarded heavy podcast. Do
Yeah.
you think we're going to get flagged?
Nobody...
We're going to get demonetized. Please give us money so we can continue to make fun
Subscribe
of
to
people.
the Patreon, guys. If you like this big bully
Yes.
energy you're
Yeah.
hearing right now.
Subscribe to the Patreon to become a part of the Mongoloid Empire.
But we could say retard because we say it to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I
want-
mean?
well, because you know how like black people can say the N-word?
Exactly. Exactly, dude.
They can?
We're just saying it to each other
Exactly.
or people we see on the street. And
Yeah.
I feel like if it's just that, it's
Yeah.
fine. You ever notice no one claims like having an intellectual disability?
Yeah.
I
Like
do.
everybody wants to. Really?
Yeah.
Do you go around telling people you have Down syndrome?
I say I can't read.
Okay.
It gets me out of a lot of work things.
Okay. But they can't fire you because that'd be an ADA violation.
Yeah. I was like, you hired me based on my heart.
I guess, dude. If your job for some reason found out you couldn't read, would
Yeah.
it be like discrimination to fire you?
Absolutely.
I feel like this entire episode is an ADA violation.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, Matt, you're such a goof.
You really are a goofball, Matt.
Yeah. Is
Have
that
you-
is that a mental disability to be a goofball?
I'm a goofball American.
What was the scariest disabled kid in your school?
I think just when they become like adults, when
No,
when they
a
have-
specific retarded kid in
If
your
you
school.
can't think of one, guess who it was. If you can't think of who the scariest disabled child in your school was, guess who the scariest disabled child
Yeah.
in your school was.
If you don't immediately know, look in the mirror closest
Yes.
to you.
look to your left, look to your right. One of these people is retarded.
Do you think Gen Z believes in retarded people, or is it just part of their gender spectrum? What?
It's what if someone with Down syndrome identifies as being of having a high IQ?
You got to give him a driver's license.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's wild.
Let the chips fall where they may, which is what's going to happen because he's going to
Yes.
drive while eating potato chips.
Yeah. He'll know exactly how many chips there are though.
Matt, please. Bobby, this isn't you.
Do you think there will one day be gender? They'll have to add like
To the pride flag.
they have to add another line, but it's not
It's
any
just a
color.
pencil
It's all fucking curvy and shit.
It's just a bunch of drawings.
It's like a little Crayola smiley face on top of the regular rainbow.
We put all the colors in the wrong places for
Yeah.
our queer retards.
Yes.
But then there has to be one that's like it has to go in the right order. you
Yeah.
know?
Who was the scariest disabled kid in your school?
There was like this one kid that was like he almost had like a hunchback in middle school.
Yeah.
The
Did you
middle
go to school in Notre Dame?
Yeah. He should have rang the bell to fucking start class, right? I can't believe it. Such a bully, dude. But I remember like one time he fucking randomly just punched me on the chest. You know, they randomly get aggressive.
Yeah.
He had like the strength of a fucking man. And his teacher was like, "No, we don't hit."
Right.
You know, and I was like,
you're
damn.
barreled over in pain.
I'm like, my God, my fucking sternum was cracked. I had to fucking focus on
Same
healing.
thing happened to Ben Miller. That's why his chest is caved in.
Ben Miller, may he rest in peace. Arch enemy of the show, according to Bobby Sheehan.
Yeah.
You'll have to subscribe to the Patreon to figure out why.
Yeah, Bobby, you did talk some very serious shit on
Yeah.
Ben Miller.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of Ben Miller, don't subscribe to the Patreon because it's gonna shatter your hero.
I heard he lost to a girl.
Oh yes, he.
Should I not have said that? Did it air yet?
It didn't
No,
air
it
yet.
didn't air yet.
Oops.
But it will air by the time this comes out.
Yes.
Oh.
No, it won't. It's not airing until the end of August.
Oh, Bobby, you fucking piece of shit.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it was the New York Fight Club champion versus Philadelphia Roast Battle champion. I
Oh,
don't think
no.
anyone's going to be surprised that the Philadelphia Roast Battle champion in Philadelphia won.
But-
Oh wow.
Well, that's in New York. We've done New York versus Philly, New York versus Connecticut. Or like
Okay.
when comics come in from elsewhere, we'll do a New York person versus them. No, New York does not care.
we don't care.
It's not like there's going to be.
We're all transplants, dude. We got no city pride.
Exactly.
Not me, dude. I
And
was born
even-
in New York.
I always
yeah.
forget that. You were
Yeah.
born.
Wait, you were?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. You were born in New York, then to Kansas.
Well, I was born in New York, and then like I was crowning in New York, and then
Yes.
my parents got on a plane. So my mom finally pooped me out in Fayetteville,
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Right.
So that's where it's on my birth certificate.
Because if you're not born in North Carolina, you can't be the governor of North Carolina.
exactly,
Yeah.
and I'm going to try to change it or destroy it from within.
But even I'm from New York. If somebody happens to be from New York, that doesn't mean much. If somebody's from Queens, I'm like, okay, a little bit. If someone's from like my,
Here comes trouble.
That scared
Bye,
the shit out
Matt.
of me,
Time to
dude.
die, Matt.
I saw
he's just passing by.
Babastis.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
in my
He just
peripheral
wants to
and
go
thought it
play
was
on
a
the
man.
laundry.
if someone's from like Bayside, Queens, or like deep, like near where
no,
I
he's
grew up
merchant
in
by Matt.
Queens, that would feel like kind of special. But yeah, there's Philadelphia is going to cheer for the Philly person. Even Connecticut, if it's Connecticut versus New York. Unless it's like a complete smackdown where the New York person clearly won, they're going to cheer for the Connecticut person.
Yeah. Damn.
I mean, if there was a famous person who came out of Greenwood Lake, you would be like, that's cool.
Well, actually, the guy that stabbed a bunch of Jews during a Shabbat dinner is on my block.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oi, Gavolt.
Yep.
Oy vey.
Yeah, we weren't close.
Why
Yeah.
not?
I was a little too radical for him. You know what I mean?
Have you ever considered stabbing someone?
Only someone I do a podcast with.
I don't mean that.
You wouldn't stab someone who will pick your nose for you.
And actually, it's almost like when a dog trainer, like, in a certain way, you know.
Just immediately relax you.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess that's what I needed this whole time. Oh, I feel so relaxed.
There you go. Can we please finish this podcast now?
Joe,
There's no way I'm returning the favor, by the way.
Oh,
I
get
have
outta
no
here.
idea what's in your orifices.
I don't need you. I got a neti pot.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Joe, do you have San Francisco pride? Like, if there's
A
someone
little
from
bit.
San Francisco that does something big, are you like, oh,
I was
fuck
like, oh, that's very cool. Good for
Yeah.
them. I'm always proud of them.
yeah. Well, yeah, the
Like
show.
yeah, like the guys that made the Just for Laughs. We got Doyd Namiar and Andrew Olofo.
Plus the guy that shot Harvey Milk.
And the guy that shot Harvey Milk, yeah. What are we talking about?
Well, wasn't Just for Laughs creative? Was there a thing about, there was some scandal, right?
Hey, no. Look
With
at
the
that.
people
Babassus
who
is
found
trying
it.
to silence you now. Man, he cannot stay away from you.
Yeah.
I think he knows you're deadly allergic. How cool is that? Matt's going to fucking die on the podcast, dude. Bubs knows, dude. He can't stay away. I tried to shoo him off before.
The most Jewish thing about me is that I have allergies.
Yeah.
And that I occasionally get nosebleeds. Not
And you
because
get
of
an
al-
erection when you hear the crucifix.
See, you know,
Yes.
Bubs knows.
Yeah. I don't get nosebleeds because of allergy. I get nosebleeds because I broke my nose 3 times back when I was wrestling. And each time I didn't ever get surgery. I got lucky. My nose is straight. A lot of people break their nose once and they get the crooked nose. Mine was like just set back each time and it's just straight. Not like the rest of me.
Damn.
But yeah, so every once in a while when I have a cold sometimes I have a weak nasal canal is what a doctor once told me.
Oh,
Oh,
honey.
because it got all
So,
broken down and
So
and
I'll
put
sometimes
back.
just get, no, it just won't hold back.
You should get a surgery to fix it. Why don't you get a nose job? Like Chris D'Elia. Hey, get out of here.
Crystalia got a nose job?
Yeah. What a little goof.
What's your favorite empire, Joe? In history?
Do
you have one?
The Galactic Empire from Star Wars.
Do you have one, Bobby?
The Roman Empire.
Rome is
Because
Rome is
it has like gay men and
Rome's a big-
it modernized faggotry
Yeah.
in a way where it was like, oh well, you can be like a tough guy
Yeah.
and a little fucking poet that gets fucked in the butt, you know, but you
Yeah.
can also do a bunch of push-ups and eat meat
Yeah.
and be a warrior.
I
and
didn't
that's
think
what-
I had a favorite empire until right now.
Yeah. Rome's a popular choice.
Yeah.
Because there's like Alexander the Great is awesome, but the empire he created kind of sucked.
I'm in an empire state of mind.
Yeah.
I'm
up on Broadway, and now I'm on somewhere else, and now I'm on the A train. I'll be Brooklyn forever. In New York, concrete jungle where things are made of. I had sex with a man. I'm gay in New York, New York, New York.
I'm taking prep on the weekend, or else I will get AIDS, 'cause I'm in New York.
How
As if
cool
New
is
York
that?
is written by John Rocker.
Yeah.
John Rocker, he was back in the news recently.
Was he?
I just saw him shared on Facebook, like, oh, John Rocker said, I guess it was like the 25th anniversary of when he was like going off on New York or
Yeah.
some shit.
The anniversary of John Rocker being racist for the first time. Everybody
my
just
God.
removes their hats.
He was on.
He absolutely nailed the 7 train even
He did.
now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like crazy.
Yep.
It's- why are we pretending that like that wasn't?
It's not a nice way to put it.
There's no one in New York that would disagree with what he said. It's like, well, he shouldn't have said it in that manner.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a huge problem.
Well, because also, yes, him just talking about the 7 train is, if it was just that, it may have been okay. It's there were other comments in there.
No, not John.
And he started an NGO for ESL learners called Speak English,
Yes.
which is very funny. He's like just a professional troll, basically.
Well, before they even had
the
the
top
internet.
5 quotes of John Rocker when I look up.
I just
love
imagine
John-
you dressed as David Letterman.
Yeah.
Number 25.
The biggest thing I don't like about New York are the foreigners, so not a great start.
Not a
Well,
great
I
start.
don't disagree.
Maybe he's talking about the glam metal band.
You can walk an entire block in Times Square and not hear anybody speaking English. Asians and Koreans and Vietnamese and Indians and Russians and Spanish people and everything up there. How the hell did they get in this country?
They
He's
took
got a point. How the hell did they get here?
Also, he said Asians and then Koreans and Vietnamese, which are Asian.
Well, that means he's talking about like regular Asian, which is Japanese and Chinese, and then the
Maybe
rest.
you should read it like Asian parentheses Korean, like he's giving examples of different types of Asians.
Yeah, he's listing them off. Subcategory.
That way he's not like misunderstood because people might think he meant like Pakistanis, and I'm sure he did.
Also, randomly in 2014, he tweeted, "I have a question. If you have sex with a prostitute and refuse to pay, is that considered rape or theft?"
Oh, it's called being.
That's not even the joke. The joke is if you rape a prostitute, is it theft?
Yeah.
So you didn't even get the joke right.
And someone commented, "What did your lawyer say?" And he responded, "My lawyer said as much as your mom charges, she was raping me."
Yeah,
That's
dude's
a
good
pretty
at
good
baseball.
Well, that's some jocks are like just really bad at trash talk because they've just actually been able to fight and be cool their
Right.
whole life.
Yeah.
He was on Survivor, and I know because my former roommate Mark Henley,
May
he
rest in peace, watched a lot of Survivor and
Ooh.
showed me a couple of the episodes John Rocker was on.
Uh-huh.
And at first, he's just the big, strong, athletic guy, and he's helpful, and he's nice, and he's friendly. And everything's not going well. The first time there is an argument, some woman was like yelling at him. He just goes, "If you were a man, I'd knock you out." And then everyone's opinion slowly starts to change on John Rocker,
right.
and he gets voted off the island.
Dude, it's almost like there was a new generation of people that hadn't heard of him, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, he's a jock, that's cool. And then he's like,
he said
actually,
some things in the past, but he
Right.
seems like a good guy.
Yeah. Then the funniest thing to me is like he thought people would be like, wow, that's a good like because in that statement he's saying I don't hit women.
Yeah.
And he thought that's how it
He's
would
like,
read to
"Hey,
everybody."
look, I've evolved."
Right.
Back in the day, I just
Best thing
yeah.
is he's like a relief pitcher.
yeah.
Dude's famous for like being on the mound for an inning and a half, maybe.
That's
And,
pretty heroic.
and he wasn't even if he was a closer, because the closer is Mariano Rivera is a closer, one of the biggest names
Mamma
ever.
mia.
Closer is a big spot. If he was the closer, he wasn't for that long.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He wasn't which is like the ace of the bullpen. So yeah, he was just a middle of the road relief pitcher for a few years.
And he had a deal with Starbucks, right? Oh no, because coffee's for closers. I like the idea of whenever I tell a bad joke, I feel a black dick against my face, which is not a good incentive for me to not tell bad jokes.
That is true.
Sigh. Oh, boys. I guess we didn't make it into the Montreal.
We didn't make it into Just for Laughs.
Yeah, I think
We
it's
didn't.
bullshit that I didn't make it just because I didn't apply or know about the submission process.
I thought we would definitely get in under hottest 3-person podcast featuring one trans person named Bobby.
Although,
But damn, dude.
here's the thing: if you do get
that's
in
a,
there,
that's a category. That's embarrassing if we don't win that one.
I'm humiliated.
if you do get it, you have to pay your whole way there too.
Shut
you have
up,
to pay for a
dude. Not
hotel. You have to
everyone.
pay for a flight
Not everyone.
Not if you steal and cheat.
and lie,
And
like
lie.
Eddie Guerrero.
Ay, Dios mío, papi.
Sorry, Bobby.
Oh.
Me and Joe watched wrestling
right.
without you yesterday. I came over here and
we came over. Damn, we had a classic. Oh my God! It was a Wednesday night. We had a classic Wednesday night
Yes.
shenanigans. We watched some professional wrestling and had pepperoni pizza
and
Aw.
brownies.
and
That sounds
brownies.
like such a nice
Yeah.
time.
We watched back because Kelly was with us and she doesn't know much about wrestling.
Okay.
So I decided it would be a good time to show her some and start off with Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio in a ladder match for the custody of Rey's son, Dominic.
Ooh.
Eddie claimed that it was his son.
But it wasn't?
No, apparently Eddie, who in real life had been dealing with some drug issues and addiction, had a son and then put him up for adoption, and Ray raised the son as his own, but now Eddie decided he wanted him back.
Ay, Dios mío, papi.
Was it really? Was that the case in real life?
No, it's Ray's son.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I
We're
was
breaking kayfabe.
I was
on the
kayfabing
podcast.
too. I can't believe it.
I'm sorry.
That's like my favorite. Well, like I even pointed, like I said last night. It's even like the announcers never quit doing their job. Which
The
is like,
announcers stay in it the whole time.
Yeah.
They're like, "How could Eddie do this? Come on, Ray, win this one for every father out there. I adopted my 2 sons too, and I love them just as much as if I'd given birth to them." The announcers are really selling it.
I love it when like an announcer gets like their ass kicked, but then like the other announcer's still calling the match. Like, oh, I don't believe this.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, could someone please get HR on the line?
Yeah.
Like, you're all WWE employees. Like,
There was
sure.
another match that we watched where the referee gets knocked out, and then later he like wakes up and then goes to make the 3 count, and Joe was like, "What? Who is that dedicated to their job that you get knocked out on the job, and as soon as you come to, you're like, oh my god, I have to get back immediately and make the count."
Yeah, can you imagine that? Like you're fucking like knocked out at Taco Bell for like 15 minutes. All of a sudden you're like, where the fuck is the quesadillas? And like you're fucking running into the kitchen. Like, wait, these people gotta eat. It's like, damn, dude. It's that's your job.
Or do you think it would ever happen if Joe and me work at a Taco Bell and Joe gets knocked out and customers waiting for their order, that I just come running in from the back? We got a second server coming through. He's gonna give you your taco. I don't even check on Joe.
Yeah.
Just
Back comes running out, throwing on an apron.
Yeah.
Just like running full speed.
People in New York would really appreciate that, though. If they were like, I still got
Absolutely.
my taco, even though someone passed out. 5 stars.
Yeah, that's how it is, man.
Yeah.
We're a food empire. Now that's an empire.
They also edit stuff out on peak.
So upset. It should be more upsetting for you,
Why?
but it's actually more upsetting for me.
Why?
I don't know where those fingers have been.
Up my asshole for sure.
Oh,
Smells good, Bobby.
what have you been eating?
Brownies
Bobby.
and pizza,
Bobby,
dude. We
you
just
tell
said.
me. Yeah. What does it smell like?
It's a bit of BO, and I'm not trying to be rude, Joseph.
Yeah.
I know it's hot, but it does it. I don't know if you're a. I don't know if you are a. I think you wash your hands.
Yeah.
But I think you're kind of. I've seen the way Matt washes his hands. Matt and I have shared a hotel room together. Matt does the most cursory of sink to soap to water to towel ratio.
Yeah.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
There's no happy birthday, half a happy birthday, no fast happy birthday.
Because the germs are killed instantaneously.
Instantaneously. It's almost like
Who actually sings "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" when to wash their hands? The
well,
whole time?
I do because it's a banger of a song.
That-
that was
true.
that was like the 1950s etiquette when soap. They didn't even know that bacteria was a thing.
Yeah.
That was basically like, oh, just the duration of a song should be enough to take all the grime off your hands.
Right. I sing Creed.
I had
Can you take me higher?
I actually do American Pie, so I wash my hands for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't have OCD. It's that I really love that song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Once you start singing it, you have to.
Yeah, a
finish it.
long time ago, in a galaxy far away. I do the Al.
Naboo was under an attack.
I almost said Al Gore version, which
Al
he does.
Gore?
He writes no parody.
Weird
songs.
Al Gore.
Yeah.
Weird
Ooh.
Al Gore.
Okay. All right. I don't know enough about Al Gore to finish. this.
He's debating. He's
He
debating. yeah.
parodies Al Gore, so he wins the 2000 election.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like George W. Bush is saying like, "Hey, we got to do this, we got to do that," and then weird Al Gore Yankovic goes up and says like, "Hey, eat it, Bush," because weird Al Gore Yankovic has to eat it.
Oh,
Because
eat
I'm
it.
fat. I'm fat.
I'm really, really fat. Dude, he's got some bangers. I know we've talked about Weird Al before on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I would listen to him like when I'm not listening to the Book
What
of Mormon
era
songs.
Weird Al would you want to see?
Poodle hat.
What era? Let me finish. What era Weird Al would you want to see in concert?
I think still Poodle hat. That's
Really?
where I know the most stuff. Because a lot of the times now, like his new shit, I'm like, what song is he parodying? Because I'm like a little too old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember when he did like Polka Face, and that I was into that still at that point. And the I forgot what the other one, Happy, but what did he call it?
Tacky.
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 And it had the guy from that fucking show, Modern Family. It had the
Yeah.
it had the fat gay guy from Modern Family.
Yeah.
Ooh, you love him.
And The female comedian that no one besides me thinks is hot.
Name her.
Who?
Christian Shaw.
Oh, okay.
She's awkwardly hot.
Yeah, not really into her.
She's old now, though.
Even better.
Ooh, Bobbert.
Who else? Weird. I think the time I knew most Weird Al stuff was like Amish Paradise.
Yeah.
That's when
Yeah.
I saw him. I saw him on The Tour Begins.
Oh,
in
you actually saw him
1999.
live?
You can see me and my stepdad in one of the shots of the audience when they pan out through
Really?
that DVD.
You
Yeah.
know a towelhead is going to find that picture
Nah, he
and
won't.
frame it and put
Yeah.
it above his
They'll
bed.
never find it, dude. It's a secret.
No
No one watches it anymore.
Yeah. I never went to like my parents never took me to concerts. I was never a concert because I was never into music like
Why
that
not?
either. I don't know. I went to sports games and not even like a lot, but that was like the stuff I watched the most.
Do they buy you peanuts and Cracker Jacks?
Yeah, they took me out to the ball game.
Yeah, and you didn't care if you never got back.
I rooted for the home team.
Nice.
I really
well,
thought
did they
Joe-
ever win?
I don't care if they ever come back.
Oh, wow.
I really thought Joe said, "Did you bite your penis?"
Did he?
No,
Because
I
you said,
didn't.
Did they buy you peanuts?"
They
and I-
bite my penis.
And I thought he asked, "Did they bite your penis?"
that would have been a real event.
Oh,
for
that would
me.
have been like a traditional Jewish fucking circumcision.
Dude.
See, I know shit about your little culture.
That-
I at least had a fucking doctor fucking mutilate my penis like a fucking American that had no idea that we didn't need to do this fucking thing. It's
Yeah.
sanitary. Like, it's so funny. I know I've said this before, but it's like wild that as soon as I was born, my parents were like, this kid's gonna have a fucking dirty dick. Let's fucking cut off a big ass fucking chunk of skin. Sucks, dude.
Otherwise, you'd be too powerful.
Yeah.
That would be cool, man. Oh, I probably wouldn't even leave my house because I'd be coming so much from like, you come like 20% harder.
That's my favorite, like, justification. Like, there's the religious side, of course, but, like, people that are just like, oh, but if you're uncircumcised, you have to, like, clean it. I'm like, yeah, I can handle that.
What am I doing in this? Isn't that funny? Like
Yeah.
the idea that we're not
Twinkle,
going to clean our
twinkle,
dick.
little star. How I wonder. A, B, C, D.
Well, if I have a kid, he's not getting circumcised. I'll tell you that much. And if I have a daughter, she is.
I think I'm going to get my son circumcised. I think it'll taste weird otherwise.
Do you think? Do you think speaking out against female circumcision is a way of silencing African culture?
Dude, when did
You
we
tell-
talk about that? Was it on the podcast?
I don't. You've told me the story before.
I dated a girl who literally told me I was being racist for saying female genital mutilation was wrong.
Well, in a way, you kind of were. Because do you have any idea about it other than like somebody told you it was bad?
They
And
do.
they
They do
probably
it.
had like some big scary African person with big red lips and a bone going through their nose, holding a machete over a
Right.
fucking white woman. But that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about at all.
the idea that you got to start posting on Facebook because that will gain traction. If you say that Africans are coming to America to circumcise white women, you'll get 250,000 follows, likes.
Enroll now, boys.
Dude, if this was 2015, you could straight up like start a movement with just like a Facebook group that says
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Before his old Zuck got a little bit liberal with his ban hammer.
Old Kuckerberg.
Ooh,
Yeah,
careful,
hey,
man.
Mark Zuckerberg, let us be fucking racist, dude. Come on, man. Like, that's what made Facebook fun. Facebook should only be for college students to hook up with each other and for everyone else to be racist.
Yeah. Porque los no nos. You know what I mean? Ooh, fucking a racist white woman. Here's a conundrum.
Yeah.
How racist would a woman have to be for you to not have sex with her? And
think
Joe,
I
I know Joe's answer is unlimited.
You should be asking this.
1 billion.
You should
That
be
means
asking
she's
me
like
this.
an active plantation owner
Yeah.
now.
Ask me this in the other direction. How progressive can a woman be?
It does go. Well, you know what? The former's probably easier. You know what I mean? Because you could be like, I hate that they're coming in the country too. The progressive woman, you got to learn all the terminology.
Right.
You know what I mean? That sounds trickier.
Yeah, you have to know all these fucking pronouns.
That's how
and
you
shit.
know America's a racist nation, because we already know the language of racists.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
We need to learn the language of progressives, but we don't even have to think.
I don't want
Matt
to.
actually
racist.
moonlights as a Vox think piece.
Yes. How racist could she be? To hook up with or to date?
Well,
To marry.
Let's do
No,
it.
let's say how racist does she have to be before you say like I can't marry this woman? I think that's a fair question. That's a question I'm struggling with right now.
Yeah.
I don't think Kelly's racist enough for me. Because like every time I say something really funny, she's like, "Babe, that's so racist. Don't say that."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Who is this one? I'm supposed to have children with this woman?
Yeah.
This woman who doesn't think my incredibly racist thing is funny?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if
I'm
there
struggling,
was,
folks.
if it was at the point where I would feel like I can't bring her around black friends of mine, that's probably the point where it's
I
like,
would
If you had
I would
any, it
love-
would be awkward.
if I had black friends,
Right.
and in theory, my theoretical black friends,
Best type to have.
yes,
In theory, they'd always be on time.
yeah.
Bobbert. I love it. Yummy, yummy.
Anyway, yeah, I would. I don't think I could marry or date a girl if I like legitimately felt like I couldn't bring her around friends of mine of different ethnicities without.
You know she won't
Yeah.
fuck them though. That's nice.
They might. She might.
Yeah.
Racist white girls do fuck black guys.
That's
Yeah.
like the whole point.
Yeah, because then they can accuse them of rape.
Did you see the and I full warning, didn't look into this at all.
Hell
But-
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, there's a white woman on Fox News who said, "I have a biracial son, like his dad's black, so he's half white, half black, and he won't listen to me because school has been teaching him about critical race theory, and now he feels like he doesn't have to listen to me, a white woman." And I'm like, that's wild. Is that real?
No.
That woman just is a bad mom, right?
Yeah.
I mean, with any education, there's gonna that's what people do now is they
Right.
find like the examples from a school
Right.
that's teaching a crazy thing, and it's like, well, yeah, you can also do that the other way.
Yeah, kids will always find a way to manipulate what they learn to try to
That
get
too,
what they
yeah.
want. Like that's what it really comes. Like let's like not pretend like these kids are like these innocent little angels that got manipulated by the system. They always know how to manipulate and say things to,
Oh, yeah.
to
Yeah.
get what they want.
Yeah.
And in this case, like the kid doesn't want to listen to his mom, and he was like, "Well, actually, I read critical race theory. You're just a white woman. I don't have to do what you say." And she's like, "Oh my god!" And because she's like some dumb bitch, she goes to Vox and she's like, "Oh, this is because of critical race theory." And it's like, it's not. It's just because you're not a good disciplinarian and you don't set enough boundaries.
Even if you're a good disciplinarian, kids just want to say stuff.
yeah, you're like, I'm still your
Anytime
mom.
I've worked with kids. Anytime like a black kid is like you're telling them to do it, they're like, "Oh, you're doing that because you're racist." They just like 7-year-olds will say that.
And Matt's like,
They
how
just-
did he figure it out?
It's like
Get
you
out of
tell.
my head, you little black devil.
Yeah, it's
He runs out of the classroom. Mr. Marin is racist, and you run after him. That's not the full story.
yeah.
That's not
Chasing after-
entirely true.
That's
Look,
that's
okay.
a half truth.
Yeah.
Like, look, okay, but not because of this.
Yeah.
But because, like, you know, I'm a white man in America, and I'm responsible for my ancestors. And so, by being a white person in this country that is a racist country, I'm inherently racist. But I swear I didn't do anything racist to this child right here.
Yeah. Did you? I somehow just learned about this. Did you hear about when Trump was president? His administration like sued a college
Tell me this is a joke.
because the college said we acknowledge that racism isn't just individual acts of discrimination, it's systemic, and we as an institution in the past and presently are deep-seated in systemic racism. And the Trump administration we have an investigation ongoing on this college that has said that they are systemically racist. And they were like, well, not really.
Yeah.
It's like, and I mean,
Did the Trump administration do it as a troll?
oh, absolutely.
That's
yeah.
very
And I
funny.
don't, their resources shouldn't be allocated that way, but
Yeah.
it is very funny.
That is very
He's
funny.
the funniest fucking sitting president ever, dude.
yeah. It's currently.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Biden and I had COVID at the same time. Isn't that wild? Two people unqualified to be president.
Yeah.
Ooh, damn. Two people who can't ride a bicycle.
Jesus, what would Biden look like fatigued?
Yeah.
hey, Jack. I'm dead.
Can you imagine he had the whole time he had like just a overabundance of clarity?
What are we going to do? I'm not going to vote for Biden in the next election. I have to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice.
Even if he's not the Republican nominee, you have to write him in.
Who would be the Republican?
You would
nominee?
write. You'll
I
write
have no idea. DeSantis, maybe?
That one Republican guy who was like making fun of like women who were going to get like abortion, like couldn't get abortions. anymore.
Josh Hawley.
Is that him?
I think so.
Holly Jolly.
I don't think it could be a culture warrior.
It is.
Because Trump wasn't really that. Trump was just
Well,
like...
He became one.
DeSantis
He
is
became
like the
Yeah.
culture warrior.
Yeah, you're
guy.
right. You are right.
What are we
No,
gonna
the
do,
culture.
boys?
The culture stuff, I think, is the stuff they can do to win because there's so many. I think Roe vs. Wade may hurt because a lot of the whole thing in culture was like Barstool is like right wingers and all, and I think eventually they might have pushed all the people who like Barstool is just like kind of not politically correct.
Right.
And not kind of apolitical, but Dave Portnoy runs Barstool, and he interviewed Trump, and he does like go on Fox News on Tucker a lot. But when Roe v. Wade was overturned, Dave Portnoy was on his show like, "Well, fuck that. I'm voting Democrat if Republicans are doing that."
Right.
And I
Why?
think there's a lot of people who are in that bandwagon where they hate the woke stuff and the culture stuff.
Right.
They hate lockdowns. Like they're on quote unquote what the right is, even though none of that is particularly conservative politics.
Right.
So then when some conservative politics starts coming in there, you may lose some of those people who don't care about gay marriage, don't care about, they
That's
are
me.
pro-choice.
That's me.
So I think-
Gen Z conservatives.
Yeah,
Well, it's
so
also
I think
for
a culture warrior guy may be good because DeSantis does do all that stuff, but no one talks about it. They just talk about him
Right.
being anti-woke and anti-lockdowns.
Yeah.
Even though he does like anti-gay and anti-weed laws.
So the fact that Roe v. Wade ended now is very interesting because previously with like COVID and stuff and like a lot of things with like cancel culture,
Yeah.
the right has been able to say, "Hey, we're the freedom people,"
Yeah.
and then they were like, "But if you get raped
Yeah.
and you live in a red state, sorry." You know what I mean?
Are you
That-
saying that the law Roe v. Wade was terminated prematurely?
I might be saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's isn't it so weird that like we're back to that? I mean, that debate's always been there, but now it's like so fervently there. And I feel like we feel it more because we live in a blue state, so we're just around more people being upset about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it feels like a little bit like we just opened up a time capsule.
In a way, but it also was like, the law was I think once it's set
The
law,
law
you
is the law.
Yeah, you let it be, but after 50 years
You got to
going,
respect the office.
you think after 50 years you're like, wow, would we really go back? But also, anytime you saw like polls on it, it was always
50-50.
Yeah, it never really
50-50.
changed.
The narrative that it's like
tree
this-
fitty.
Yeah. The narrative that it's like men controlling women's bodies, it was like, roughly half of women don't like abortion.
Yeah.
It's more of it's more of a Christian versus secular thing than anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Well, let's get these Christians out of here, dude. Jesus loved aborting babies.
He did.
He said, "Give me a dead baby."
That's John
they-
3:16 for anybody with their Bibles open
what's
at
the-
home.
What was that story where like the beggar placed like a dead baby at Jesus' feet, and
Oh, that's
Jesus,
King Solomon.
and Jesus consumed the baby and like pooped
Okay,
out gold.
Never mind. I haven't heard the story.
What was that one? And he was like, "Give it."
That's the story.
deadlier, the more dead baby, the greater the wealth. I believe is
Yeah.
one of his Taoisms.
Dude, listen to me being so excited that I
Yeah.
was like, actually, it's King Solomon, and then
And
Jordan
then he
says
goes
that
and
shit.
tells the story of Passover and said,
Yeah, yeah. That's
"Death of the firstborn." That's what the plagues were about.
Yeah,
Scary.
and it's also the story of Hanukkah because the guy shit out 8 dead babies when he only consumed 1.
Whoa.
Powerful
wild.
stuff.
That's pretty wild.
Is it other religions are against abortion also?
Yeah.
I think Rastafarianism is against abortion. I believe.
Blaze the joint, man. Don't blaze the baby.
Like
You take the smoke into the lung. It go and feed the baby, and the baby get cradled in the smoke of the mother Gaia. The herbs so plentiful and green.
Man, you're so dedicated to Rastafarianism that it affects your natural Jamaican accent.
I honestly love Rastafarianism, and I think it's a beautiful religion,
Yeah.
especially the homophobic things where, like, it's okay for me to kill a gay person.
Right, they're like wearing bright colors and dancing to fun music, and then they're like boom bye bye and the Batty Boy's head. It's like Jesus, man.
Wait, I don't know. Rastafarian.
Bati
I don't
Boy
know.
is a Matt Maron, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reggae artist from Jamaica, and I think it was in the 90s. You know, Boom Bye Bye.
Yeah.
He had a song called Boom Bye Bye in a Batty Boy's head, and it's like this fun dance hall music that you could dance to, but Batty Boy is like Jamaican saying faggot, basically.
Okay.
And Boom Bye Bye is like an onomatopoeia. So Boom Bye Bye in a Batty Boy's head is shoot a faggot in the head. And then people are just like, hell
It'd
yeah,
be like
dude.
if NSYNC was like, bye, bye, bye. So you want to be a faggot here? Well, we don't want you in our country. So we're
because you're
gonna
queer.
Bye, bye, bye.
Yeah, and I remember one time a friend of mine who is a man and still is.
Yikes.
We were in Bermuda.
Okay.
And Bermuda's not Jamaica, but come on.
Bermuda, Bahama.
And I was like, "Come on, pretty mama!" And
Yeah.
we went to this tiki resort place,
Ooh,
right?
how romantic.
And then that Buju Bantoon song plays, or however you say his name, where he's saying "boom bye bye" in a By the way, the verses for that song are just him talking about how beautiful Jamaican women are,
Ooh.
Yeah.
which is fine. And then the chorus is like, "Don't forget to shoot faggots in the face."
Yeah.
You know what I
Whoa,
mean?
yikes.
But it is a good beat. I will give him that. So I'm telling my friend this story of the song, like as the song is playing, and he's like, dude, stop being racist, which is something people tell you when you tell them the actual song. I'm like, no, it's real. Look it up. It's real. Boom, bye, bye. And as I'm explaining to it, the DJ just changes the song, like in the middle of the song. I don't know if it's because he heard me describing it or he just like saw enough white people that he was like, I'm just going to change the song. I don't know how excited people
It
are
could be
for
both. It could be the perfect combination.
Yeah. Or he himself is like, this is a banger, but I'm a little uncomfortable about the lyrics
Yeah.
of the chorus.
Anything is
It's literally if
possible.
Joe Gorman wrote a song.
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
Hey.
Joe, write a reggae song. That's what he comes up with.
Oh,
I
can
like
learn.
that it's such like a bop, like that. It really is like a boy band thing,
Yeah.
almost in America. I'm gonna kill that gay. Tell me why.
Because he doesn't like bronze.
Tell me why.
Because he doesn't like pussy at all. Tell me why. He's gonna convince my kid to be gay, which is a sin. Now I believe that they're in all our schools, convincing them it's natural. Oh no. So I go with my proud boys to the drag show and I try to kill them all. Damn, dude, there might be a market for this stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah, I hope so.
Besides Rastafarianism, are there any religions that are not against abortion? Like Islam, it's like, can you get an abortion in Islam?
I think they might not care. I know some conservative Jews care.
Yeah, but in Judaism, I don't even know in
Well,
Judaism.
the thing is, Jews don't have a pope.
right.
And kind of the same thing with Islam. It's like I don't know. Talk to one of the thousands of imams, see what they say.
Right.
And I'm sure there's this like conservative liberal.
Yes.
I just thought E-mom spelled E-mom, like a bunch of moms who are hot girls online.
Maybe they're wearing fucking burqas,
Yeah.
but you can still see their titties,
And
dude.
all E-moms are Muslim? Really?
Yeah.
Imam's World.
E-mom's world? The E-mom's caliphate?
Imam's world, and she's riding a tricycle like in Bobby's world, except she gets pulled over by the Saudi police for operating a vehicle.
But anyways,
I think Christians are the most caring
Yeah,
about,
there it is.
and I think
Abortion.
it's because of the soul. I think Christians like this soul more than like. I don't think Jews talk about soul. They got soul, but they're not a
Black
soldier.
Jews do.
Oh. All right, we got there in different ways. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard a Jewish person talk about their soul.
No one's ever called matzah soul food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I never really heard it. in Hebrew school or whatever, reading stories where they talked about the soul that
And
much.
Hindus probably like abortion because it's like, hey, you could try again for like getting reincarnated. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what you do if you get your Hindu girlfriend pregnant. You're like, baby, we got to get rid of this one. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he's gonna grow up to be an untouchable or a cockroach or a New York City rat. But maybe flush this one out.
Yeah.
And then he gets like a quick reset, and maybe he's fucking the Prince of England or some shit.
Well, that was, I mean, but imagine if you're somebody who like lived your life and then you get reincarnated as a baby who gets aborted. That kind of sucks.
But that's almost like, it's like when you respawn and then get killed right away. You can't even really get upset about it. You're like,
yeah, that makes
try
sense.
again. I'm a gamer now, folks.
Yeah.
Joe has
You
turned
are.
me into a gamer.
Yeah, I got here and Bobby was playing Spider-Man.
I was gaming.
Yeah, he was pretty good at it too.
Yeah.
He found an undercover fucking attacker.
I came in. The first thing you did was swing a mailbox.
I was swinging a mailbox, and because if you push R1 and R2, no,
L1.
L1 and R1. Joe's a very good teacher, by the way. He's very patient, but he also believed in me.
Yeah.
You know,
I saw how much fun you were having.
I was really like, honestly, usually like when I get here, I'm like, let's record, and then I don't know if you picked this part up, but Joe had to drag me away from the council to be like, we have a job to do. All right, we have thousands, if not tens of thousands of people listening.
Millions.
We have-
Potentially millions.
Billions,
I think we have millions
And
and
millions
millions of listeners, and this, not to mention the millions and
millions.
of Jews who died in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
love that callback, dude, because
Yeah.
I can participate this time.
Throw back to some early locker room talk.
I think
First
we're-
episode,
First
actually, the one that
episode.
we got a little too saucy and got kicked out of our studio for.
Yeah.
Where he was like, this is like alt-right hate speech.
Yeah.
You guys talk about raping a woman. It's not cool.
Mm.
That was like off air too. Like
Well, you know-
Bobby came in saying like, "Man, I'm sorry I'm late. I was raping this woman.
Yeah.
and I just lost track of time. Flies when you're spreading thighs." We're
Yeah.
like, "All right, Bobby. Well, let's just try to keep it like a little bit professional."
Yeah,
you
we're
know?
still cool with the producer who thought we were doing hate speech. He's just not invited to the gang rape now.
Not invited to the gang rape, or he's the last one that comes in the
Yeah.
bukkake.
That's
Purple
cruel to
saying
leave
Bukaki.
him out entirely.
Yeah.
You get a little taste at the end.
Come
no,
on,
he's
man.
he's in the middle of the bukkake. He's the one getting cummed on now.
Ooh, okay. All right. That's hot.
Yeah.
It's a little sexy. Do you guys fuck with? There's no way. You're too vanilla. You don't like bukkake at all.
I'm not that into it now.
Joe?
Nope.
See, I thought you get a little nasty.
Because
No,
he's
not
part
that
Japanese.
Yeah.
Not that
He
way.
likes bukkake because he's part Japanese.
I'm fucking gross, dude. I like bukkake.
Yeah.
You don't.
No, I enjoy it thoroughly.
No, you don't.
Why would I lie about this?
You don't enjoy bukkake and you do enjoy.
Oh, I
a
know.
finger
You're
up
like,
the butt.
telling me, you're like a mom telling me I actually do like yogurt.
That's wild.
Bobby,
That's-
you do not like women getting cum.
You don't like
Bobby
that kind of yogurt, Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby Joe knows you. He knows you don't like bukkake and you do like a finger up your butt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bobby just likes seeing team effort, and that's why he likes bukkake. But Bobby,
And I like the rules. They all line up and come when they're supposed
you
to.
just need to watch man-woman threesomes. That's all you need if you want the teamwork aspect.
Yeah, you know what? That's a little more. It's still like, it's not something that's.
Bukkake, it just dehumanizes everyone.
It certainly does dehumanize
Uh-oh.
someone.
Bobby, no.
It certainly does.
Uh-oh.
Bobby, I thought we knew you.
How are the locker room talk boys going to get out of this one?
So, would you, if you're watching, would you watch a gangbang? Either of you?
Depends on, was the woman like mouthing off and then like the guys like take it out on her?
Yeah, Joe only likes a gangbang if it's because she's being taught a lesson.
Yeah.
If it's happening on an Indian bus, he'll watch
Is there a moral to this story?
We have fan mail, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Pull that up. Yeah, I
Bobby knocks over the
behind the
camera set.
behind the camera. Yeah, I don't really watch gangbang stuff much because I like watching porn where I can kind of see myself being in there, and I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
So you watch a lot of cuckold
unless we
porn.
have a real over-eager female locker room talk fan who wants a gangbang. I can't. We've talked about this before. There's no one woman who wants the three of us. We're We're too different.
No, you're trying. See, he's trying to like bait the audience. They're like, no one wants to have sex with all three of us at the same time. Oh shucks! I guess I'm just gonna go have a a Sunday all by myself since no one wants to have sex with me and my 2 other podcast co-hosts.
No, I think
Bobby and I are happily married men.
Yeah, I think there are women who could be into Bobby, women who could be into Joe, women who could be into me. I don't know if there's women who would be into all 3 of them. We talked about this before. But anyway, we got fan
I
mail.
think people that are attracted to artists,
Mm,
I think that might be the way to go.
right.
Ooh, that used to be the thing to do in middle school, dude. The thigh thing.
The fingers apart on the leg.
You know it.
Mm.
All right, so we got how do you think you say that last name? What's Jake's last name?
Should we say last name? Or?
Oh yeah, Jake. Matt just saved you from being doxxed. So he said, "You guys fucking rule. Appreciate all the content you guys put out. It's been good, honest, funny shit. But for me, please use the N-word more. Thanks, guys."
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. I guess Jake heard the infamous N-word cut of our first Patreon episode. Good for him.
You know what? Jake liked it, and Trey liked it.
There we go.
And our buddy Trey, our African American.
Yeah.
He
Subscribe to the Patreon, and occasionally you can hear me use a racial slur to sync up the audio.
This is the second email. It's a bit unhinged.
Okay, Scipia, old-timey filter, all scuffed up, also violin score. A long time ago, Max...
Oh, this was
Dirtbag's
the
father.
fan fiction about us, right?
We have. I don't know if it's about us. I think it's just a movie idea.
Okay, this is long.
I think maybe we'll have a summary for the next episode.
I think we should
Why
say...
don't we do that on the next episode?
I think we
which will
should
be
say
on the next
first...
episode.
We should mention this guy's first and last name.
This is 420 Long Colts. So
Nice.
the guy likes weed and guns.
So maybe we can read that one on the page. Maybe forward that one to the rest of us, and maybe we can all read it on the Patreon episode or something.
And I got a message from Ben Miller while we were recording.
Your arch enemy? What'd he say?
He was talking about getting beat by a girl. He seems to be in pretty good spirits about it.
He's
man.
like,
Maybe
I'm
he
going to
likes
cut
it.
myself.
Ooh, do you guys get? Do you want to get beat up by women?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I feel that shows mo like a little bit, like not crazy. Like you're not a sub, but if a girl wants to, you'll get spanked.
No, we'll get like beat up. We'll exchange punches. Like we go like
It's not even sexual.
we're like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
It's just figuring out who does the dishes.
Yeah.
Also, you're doing it like the 1920s, the put your dukes up,
Exactly.
the let me at her.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Do you have that, Bobby? That you want to get beat up by a woman?
He wants to
No,
get stepped on.
that does nothing for me. The few times where I fucked up with a girl where she wanted to be like a little dominant, I'm like, if this makes you happy, but
Yeah.
it's the whole Bill Burr thing of like, I actually am stronger than you, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Ooh, Bobby.
yeah, that's usually what I say when I'm alone in a room with a woman is I remind her how strong I am.
If a girl is like being dominant, I'm like, all right. I mean, as long as
long as
your
she's having
as long
fun.
as your pussy's still on my penis, I'm
Exactly,
happy.
yeah.
Matthew. So blue.
Where it would lose me if like the dominance was against me getting my like cock sucked or fucked. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like those whole the thing where guys are like, I love having a financial dom, where this woman says, "Hey pussy, give me $2,000 right now," and then I do.
Yeah.
Like that is so wildly removed from
Yeah.
like
I
Also,
like,
a
I like
dom who's-
the inverse where the woman gives me $2,000.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah. If
And
I can
I'm like,
find
hey,
those-
babe, get me a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, you got that kind of going on right now.
I had to do it to myself. I had to look in the mirror and do it to myself. I'm like, hey, bitch, get that fucking shit.
Joe straightens his hair so he looks a little more feminine. And then, I heard about the episode you listened to. The thing is,
Yeah?
that one woman really upset me.
Why?
The one,
Petrie.
listen, I'm getting a little territorial, but Joe is a strong masculine presence on the podcast.
Yeah.
We could all agree on that.
Yes.
The fact that she attempted to emasculate you.
When?
Remember when she said like, "Oh, I like that you have such feminine features."
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that weird?
No?
Yeah.
You
I
too
really
much into
related to
everything,
you.
dude.
I really related to you more than I think I ever have when you were like, she said that to me and then we had sex. I'm like, yeah, that's what I would do too.
Yeah.
Nice.
If someone was like,
I think Joe has feminine features. He's
Yeah.
bad at stand up.
Woo!
Whoa, damn. All right, well, that's it. This is the end of Locker Room Talk.
Not just for this episode,
Forever.
but forever.